DraftKings Casino is bringing you only the best. Classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots, plus exclusive games you won't find anywhere else. I love playing DraftKings Casino because it makes me feel like I'm back home in Vegas hitting the poker table. Download the DraftKings Casino app now and use code CANCELLED. New players get an instant deposit match up to $100 in casino credits when you deposit $5 or more. That's code CANCELLED only on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and other restrictions apply. One per new customer. Must opt in and make a minimum $5 deposit within 7 days, 168 hours of registering a new account. Max. Match $100 in casino credits, which require one-time playthrough within 7 days, 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/new player offer 2024. Who wants better sex? And who wants to start having better sex immediately? The best way to get started is to go to adamandeve.com right now. Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just about any item, plus free shipping, which includes rush processing. Just enter offer code TANA at checkout. That's TANA, T-A-N-A at adamandeve.com. I love Adam and Eve because of all of the pleasure it's brought me. This is an exclusive offer specific to the Canceled podcast, so be sure to use the code TANA. Thank you to Adam and Eve for sponsoring today's episode of Canceled.
Hello and welcome back to the Canceled podcast.
Today is a New Year's episode.
I didn't think we'd actually get to film before the year was over.
Neither did I. We said in our last episode, we're like, this is the last one.
Yeah, but then we got home and we just couldn't stay away from the couch and the mics. I just want to put this out here. I have zero topics.
Yeah,
today.
Expectations low, everyone.
And it's not because I'm not being diligent at my job. It's because I feel like my life has sincerely been so wholesome and boring.
I feel like that's kind of a sad situation that we feel like something has to go wrong for us to have podcast topics. We could just talk about good, positive things that are happening.
But even that, everything's
you don't have any good positives either?
Well, yeah, I do. I had a good Christmas, love my boyfriend, life is good.
Okay.
But it's just giving nothing.
No,
you know?
I think people are equally excited to hear about your exciting things.
Okay, I guess that's true.
Tell me about your Christmas.
For the audio listener, she just gave me murder eyes.
No, I didn't.
My Christmas was really wholesome and sweet. I went home to Amari's parents, as I always do. And it's actually so sweet. I cry every Christmas, just to have people be that thoughtful and love me. And I think I'm just extra grateful because it's not something I was born into,
It is.
My little brother just told me over Christmas that one time he crushed up a Plan B and put it in a girl's drink.
I don't think it's still effective. I mean, maybe.
Within the first 48.
But let me ask you another question that goes along with something you and I were already talking about today.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on someone, if I were to slip honey or Viagra into somebody's drink if he were perhaps suffering from erectile dysfunction?
I think you're doing everyone a favor. He'd probably be like, whoa, this is so sick. And then you'd be like...
To be clear, I'm not experiencing that right now, but I have experienced it. And have you ever slept with someone who has erectile dysfunction?
Honestly, yeah. It's just so much work. Your wrists hurt, your mouth hurts.
It is. I made the comparison. It feels like you're blowing up a balloon with a hole in it. Because if you stop for even 1 second, it's over.
Completely over. And it's sad. It's really...
I know.
Yeah. I think I always leave feeling really sad for them.
I wonder what causes
Only
that. Do you
if
think
you-
it's
I mean-
hereditary?
I'm not saying this is someone who just didn't get hard either. I'm saying they've said I have a problem,
Well,
But maybe,
I don't know. In my experience, the guy didn't think he had a problem. I'm like, this is a major problem. It was one of those things outside the car dealership.
I wish we could say who.
No. They don't know him.
We can't. Gypsy Rose Blanchard gets out of jail tomorrow.
Did you see Elijah is throwing a Gypsy Rose release party?
Yeah.
Do you think she approved of that message?
It's so hard because I really am beyond invested in her case. I know every single thing about it. I feel like I know her personally. I'm elated for her to get out of jail. I think she should have never gone to jail.
How long has she been there? Does anyone know?
At least 7 years. Like it's definitely not like a short amount of time.
First of all, I wonder what kind of prison she was in because I wonder what her like knowledge is of like what's going on outside. Like, does she know
Dr.
the
Phil
kind of
pulled
like
up.
straight up cult following she has these days?
She's got to. Like, you know what I mean? Like if someone calls in, they're gonna tell her, like, right? Like if she calls someone.
Do you think people
like,
write to her?
Of
Yeah,
course. So many. I just can't imagine the like culture shock.
Yeah, after having been gone for that long.
Well,
Although
but
I
not
don't
even
know
just
because
jail. Like think about most people lead a normal life and they go to jail. All she ever
because
knows.
she's never. Yeah, she's gonna get out and like all of a sudden she can like tap dance and shit.
like she can go to a Sephora. Imagine Gypsy Rose Blanchard in a Sephora.
She went to the movies. She did. Do you think she saw Saltburn?
That would have sent me right back home. Some of the scenes in Saltburn are wild.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, maybe not the best movie for her.
I didn't really see the ending, and I know it ends and it's really like poetic and cool and like
Yeah, but it
whatever,
was like a big like hoax movie where somebody
Yeah.
had this whole fake life.
So you know the scene where he drinks the bathwater?
Yeah, wait, should we spoiler alert? Yeah, I
And
get where he was coming
Do you know
from.
Saltburn sent me PR and it was a mug, and in the bottom of the mug it was like an image of a drain.
That's kind of cool.
But then like I'm gonna be drinking my coffee thinking about cum.
Oh no.
Brooke just told me downstairs she really likes to get cream pied.
No, I didn't. I mean, I did, but why would you say that?
What about it?
No, stop.
Entices you?
So I'm on a major rebrand right now,
Fuck.
and they've been
Are
so
you?
successful.
What's sparking this major rebrand?
My interest in having a serious relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that actually.
So like, that's not a conversation that I should be
That's-
having in that case.
that's really true. She never said that, and I would die on that hill. She never said that. I'm literally schizophrenic. Just made it up completely. Have you ever seen The Idol?
I've only seen the first 2 episodes. Did you end up watching it?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing in one
Were
day.
you like disturbed by it at all, or like what were your thoughts? Because I've heard that everyone thought it was a horrible show.
I was gonna watch it when it first came out, and Chris Miles was like, "You shouldn't watch this. It's gonna traumatize the shit out of you because it's like gonna remind you so much of your life and like
Oh.
people in your life."
That's how I felt about Breaking Bad.
That's fair. That's really fair. And so I didn't watch it for a long time. And then Trisha's been like, you need to see this. It's so hot. First of all, I need to have a conversation with Trisha about what exactly was hot. Like there are some like hot sex scenes, I guess, objectively.
I feel
Actually,
like
there
Trisha
are.
has like some little like funny kinks though.
Or like likes dark shit like that. It really traumatized me. Like I was holding my breath the whole show, and just so much of it felt like when she had the photo of the cum on her face. I don't know why this is a recurring topic of today's episode, but then she like goes out that night and she's like drinking away her problems. I was like, that's literally a video of me. Then I find out it was filmed at Bootsy Bellows, which
Was
like
it?
I've literally done that. Like that's just like.
Wait, now I'm trying to picture it.
And her entire relationship with the guy just is so like me coded. Like I feel like I've dated so many like piece of shit guys like that. Like,
Ew, me too.
and it's just like, I don't even know all of it. I could see myself so like getting lost into like a cult world and like all the like scary people at her house. Like I've just been there.
I don't know. Yeah, see, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, so I don't know anything hardly about it.
Yeah, no, I really.
You finished the whole series?
I finished the whole series. The ending I didn't really like.
Yeah, well, wasn't there like not really a proper ending because they like couldn't even put out the last episode?
Is that true?
I don't know.
That makes sense to me because my conclusion of the final episode was that like
There should be another episode.
yeah, like or that it felt like they were wanting to get picked up for a season 2. Like it did not feel like a series finale.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Have you ever watched a show like loved it so much and then it gets canceled and you want to die? Like what was it? Carrie Diaries with Austin Butler. I'm still traumatized.
Wait, I've
about
never
it.
seen that. Would I love it?
You would love it. But I'm not letting you watch anything. I'm not kidding. If you do one thing for me, this is my New Year's resolution for you. Watch Sex in the fucking City.
She's like, watch AA meetings on Zoom.
Watch Sex in the City. It is literally, you will learn more from that show than you will like literally any of your actual life experiences.
Okay, I'll start it.
But the reason I say that is because Carrie Diaries is like supposed to be the younger version of Carrie Bradshaw.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll start with Sex in the City. I will.
It is the greatest.
I love
show
sex.
ever.
I love cities.
It's just so fun. It's like 5, like it's just like amazing.
Wait, that's really good. Then I'll check it out.
And it'll make us want to move to New York.
I just responded so AI. Wait, that's really good. Then I'll check it out. What?
Yeah, wait. Yeah, I don't even know who that was for real.
What the fuck just came out of my mouth?
I'm on a little bit of like I've been like kind of monotone and boring lately. I've been glitching. You noticed maybe a few minutes ago downstairs.
Yeah, I looked at Brooke and I said, Brookie, I like you so much. And she said,
because I was really trying
And
to find like the perfect response, like the sweetest response I could craft. Although it did take me a sec.
Yeah, it's okay. I know she loves me deep down.
You had a happy Christmas. Your boyfriend came to Christmas.
He came to Christmas.
Now
He came to Thanksgiving. They love him. Everyone loves him so much.
I love that they love him.
And they hate everyone. I feel like everyone I've ever dated, my parents gave like a lifelong ban from their home. So it's really nice to have like an opposite reaction. He landed on Christmas Eve at midnight, and Deborah still like took the time to make him a stocking and shit. And like,
Oh,
it
of
was
course
just,
she did. I remember she made me an Easter basket one year and I cried.
Yeah, she's the sweetest thing on making everyone feel included. And there were so many of us on Christmas morning, and it was really sweet.
And he didn't want to spend Christmas with his family?
It's not that. His mom's in California, so he'll probably see her. His dad was like, go. His dad like loves me. So it was like really sweet. And like, I don't know, Hawaii Christmas is also different. They all just kind of like barbecue on a beach.
Yeah, you know
Like,
what
they're,
I
like,
wonder?
little-
I guess we already talked about this, I think, on Canceled, but what the fuck? Can you believe that in Australia they just have summer Christmas and there's no movies about it? Like, you just never think about that.
Yeah, why are there no movies about
Like,
that?
Christmas is just hot and sunny.
Is there a fucking high-speed police chase outside? Do you know every house on my street except for mine has been robbed?
Well, it's probably the full-time security you're paying.
Thank God. But like across the street the other day, there was helicopters and shit outside, and a guy went in to rob the house at gunpoint, and the entire family ran outside and they called the police. And there happened to be police like one street over, so they came, and then they were holding the guy, like guns drawn outside of our house. All the neighbors came out to watch, and then it was a light skin, like 5'8" black guy in a black hat, and Amari is light skin 5'8" and was wearing a black hat, and he had to like take the hat off and run inside. He was like so scared. That was this whole thing.
How do you know it wasn't Amari?
It's true. Maybe Amari's just out here like the bling ring.
On a heist?
It's honestly,
I'm
whoa.
like, TW heist.
Can we talk about the heist?
No.
How was your Christmas then?
My Christmas honestly was so cute and wholesome and amazing. I saw my sister. I haven't seen my sister in a while. And she's so fucking funny. I wish you could hang out with her because she's the funny. Like, I always think like, where'd my funny come from? And I found out that she's like way funnier than me.
Really? Like quick
And
funny or more wild funny?
She's like quick. She's just like, you just have to meet her. I remember when Lila met her, she was like, wow, I didn't expect that. I saw my grandparents, obviously.
I saw your TikTok about your grandparents.
Oh my
and I
God.
sobbed. Do you remember that time you and I got dinner at like Isabel, and we meant to be like so wholesome, and then we scream cried the entire dinner?
Literally scream cried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. My grandma, he paints her nail. She's like his little doll because obviously she has like dementia. She completely nonverbal, like doesn't do anything.
Does she talk at all?
No, not anymore. But my grandpa, like, he literally like puts her hair in a little ponytail and he like paints her nails and just pushes her around. Like it's like a little doll, and it's so horrible and sad, but it's also like the sweetest, cutest thing. I know.
You sent me photos of them the other day, and like you kind of look like them a little.
Their little wedding photos. They got
Yeah.
married when they were 19.
Isn't that so crazy that used to just like be such a thing? It was crazy. Deborah was showing me her family like books, and I'd never seen photos of her as a kid. And I was like, I want to see what like my mommy looked like as a little child, you know? And she was showing me, and it was like Debbie's first Christmas, 1981. Like I was born in 1998. Like she had a Amari when she was 18.
She's so young, yeah.
Yeah, like, and it's just, that's so crazy to me that was like the norm.
That is really crazy. My mom I was the third kid, and she was 22 when she had me.
Really?
Yeah.
And then she was done.
Speaking of people, there's speculation online that I have a secret sister.
What do you mean?
That I've been hiding. I saw like somebody post, they were like, saying like Brooke keeps this sister a secret, but like she has this sister and like yada yada. And it's my second sister, Megan. I never really talk about Megan because we didn't grow up together really, but I have a second sister. I also have a brother.
Does Megan have the same dad?
No two kids have the same two parents. So me and my sisters all have different dads, and me and my brother have a different mom. And speaking of secret siblings, when I was
secret siblings is crazy.
When I was younger, so I have these two cousins. Wait, everybody keep up really quick because this is going to get confusing.
Okay.
I have two cousins, Alexa and Sergio. Okay. And I grew up with them. Like I was always with their mom, whatever. And obviously my brother has a different mom. Let's call her Stacy. Stacy, after leaving my dad and having a kid with my dad, obviously, started dating my mom's sister. Okay. So my aunt Okay, so
Your
my
aunt starts dating
so my
Stacey.
cousins lived with my little brother, but none of us were allowed to tell him that he was my little brother. So they thought they were best friends, but they were cousins and they didn't know.
What? When did he get to find that out?
We
Why
told-
couldn't he know that he was your brother?
Because there was just, I don't know, like it was some drama between like, Stacy and my dad. And like no one wanted, I don't know, he just didn't know. He didn't know he had siblings. Okay. So he didn't know I was his sister. And I would be around him and I knew he was my little brother, but like we weren't allowed to tell him. And they were cousins. But like also, why is Stacy dating my aunt all of a sudden?
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Like your dad would bring her around your mom and
No,
then
I mean, it's Tucson and they all ran in the same circles because they all like had common interests.
like it's like knitting.
Crack.
Yeah.
Anyway, he knows he's my sister now or brother.
How did he find out? Was it like a birthday card?
We definitely like eventually
23andMe?
We told him, but like probably when he was like 10. Like it was like we were old. I remember the time. It was so strange because I could never say anything.
I want to know why so bad.
I don't know why. I really don't. Honestly, sound off in the comments.
You told me
Amber.
something today and we decided we would save it for the podcast. Brooke's carrying today, guys. Give it up for Brooke in the comments below, please, because I'm just giving.
No.
I have nothing to give. You told me today that you hoard yourself out on Christmas.
No, I unsuccessfully hoard myself out on Christmas because
Big difference.
I had high hopes for this Christmas break. Okay. First of all, I've told you before about my high school one that got away.
Yes.
And by one that got away, I mean somebody he was like the first person who broke my heart in high school. Okay.
Uh-huh. We all have those.
He did me so dirty. Then we went to college and he slept with every single girl in my sorority, all my sisters. And I was just heartbroken over him for so long. And he wanted nothing to do with me. Okay. And look at now. He is so excited to see me when I come home. So I really thought I was going to do that. And I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
What do you mean? Like he wanted to hang out?
Yeah, he's like, let me take you to dinner. Like, let me be a gentleman just this one time. Like, let me take you to dinner. And I'm like, I really thought I was going to go and I couldn't go. Also, I have a crush on this basketball player that you know about.
We love him.
The most unfortunate thing ever happened where he set me up with his friend.
How does that come about? What do you mean? I thought you were going to hook up with him.
I thought so too. And he sent me, I don't know, but he sent me a video of his friend and was like, he's talking about you, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, oh, like, who is that? And he like told me.
Basketball player as well?
Yeah.
Height.
Same team, 6'10".
6'10"?
6'10".
Sorry, I'm having a
really
visceral
really
reaction.
hot, honestly, 6'10". So I was like, can't hurt. 6'10".
That's 7 feet tall.
That's not even right. Like, I don't even think that's like.
He could actually pick you up with 2 fingers like a little fucking rag doll. If you want.
So I was like, you know what? I'll entertain it. And we were like talking the whole time I was gone. So sweet, like just like really asking all the good questions. And then he's like, oh, I'm actually he's like, I'm flying to Phoenix today for a game. And I'm like, wait, I'm in Phoenix. And he was like, no way. So then I was supposed to meet up with him and then I couldn't do that either.
Do you mean couldn't because you're being loyal to someone?
Yeah.
Is this warranted loyalty? Do you think this is matched loyalty? That's all I want to know.
Oh, God, I don't know, but I wish I knew.
Should we go full FBI right now?
No, I don't want to know.
That's fair.
I decided.
I think that's a really good thing though, like to be loyal to someone just because you want to.
Well, I can't like more than one person at a time. I'm like, hats off to those who can.
I don't anymore. I'm clean.
Yeah.
But
I just like, I don't know.
I just think until I know, it's almost like a defense mechanism, I think. It's not like that
I understand wanting to do it for like safety so that like if something goes wrong, you don't feel like you put your eggs all in one basket.
That's exactly what I mean. Like I can't until I know that they feel the same way. But I'm also such a like 3 weeks in, what are we?
I know. I'm really scared of that this time because I'm way too scared of it. Just, I don't want to know.
Who wants better sex? And who wants to start having better sex immediately? The best way to get started is to go to adamandeve.com right now. Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just about any item, plus free shipping, which includes rush processing. More than that, Adam and Eve wants to make your life easy. They offer discreet shipping as your privacy is a must. Doesn't matter how much you spend or what you buy, all will be packaged and sent discreetly for free and fast. Don't wait. Better sex is just a click away. That's 50% off one item, free shipping with rush processing. Bring more pleasure and satisfaction into your bedroom. Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. Tana. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire. Just enter offer code TANA at checkout. That's Tana, T-A-N-A at adamandeve.com. This is an exclusive offer specific to the Canceled podcast, so be sure to use the code TANA to get your discount, 50% off almost any item, plus free shipping, and get it fast with rush processing. Code TANA. Thank you to Adam and Eve for sponsoring today's episode of Canceled.
I really do feel like dick cures everything. Like if I have a
do
hangover,
agree. I
if
do
I have a
agree.
headache,
I'm not kidding. It is like, you're so right.
like if I'm like upset, like it's just like, it's such a good little like DIY serotonin.
Yeah, it's like putting your feet in hot water.
It's just like that. It really is. Last night I got so wildly high by accident. Like we went to Malibu and we smoked with Hunter, but we smoked like way too much like good weed. And I came home and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to get dick to like become less high.
To sober up.
And not kidding. And normally that works completely. And the entire time I was having sex, I was like, I felt like I was in like a VR headset. Like I felt like I was like a AI
Maybe you
doll.
were. Maybe you were just that high.
At one point he like put a vibrator somewhere. I don't even want to say where. And I was like,
somewhere.
I just felt it like in my spine. Like it just like wasn't okay. And afterwards we had this whole conversation where we both admitted to each other that we were having sex to try to get less high. And it didn't work for either one of us. And then I slept for 14 hours.
Oh God.
I went to bed at like 9 p.m. and woke up at like 11.
Well, you're well rested at least.
No, and then I took a nap today later. Like I woke up still high.
Oh shit. What were you smoking exactly?
Crack, apparently. I don't know.
No, I don't think crack. I think crack would have the opposite effect.
Yeah, I'd probably like it. I'll stay away from it.
Yeah, please stay away from crack.
I will.
I can't handle that. I've got enough going on. Seriously.
Would you ever like... Can you tell I have no topics? Because
Yeah.
I was really about to ask you what it would take for you to smoke crack. Because there's
Honestly,
an answer.
no, I think, okay, because crack is what? Crack is you smoke.
Cocaine, kinda.
It's like unfiltered Coke.
I wouldn't try it, but like it wouldn't be like the craziest thing considering we've tried every other drug. Because I haven't done heroin or meth.
Yeah,
Actually,
no.
I have done meth.
What's the difference between
by
meth
accident.
and crack? I've definitely done like a fake Molly.
I don't know what the difference between meth and crack is.
What did we learn this year?
There's a meth pipe. I know it. Oh my God. Have you ever smelt a meth pipe?
I've never smelled a meth pipe, but I have seen one.
Ugh.
What does it smell like?
There's like, I could never describe it. If you had to get rid of one of your senses, like what would you choose? Obviously smell is like the obvious answer because that's the only thing that's like, you're not going to get rid of your sight or your hearing if you could just get
Maybe
rid of your
taste
smell.
though.
Well, smell gets rid of your taste. Tori doesn't have any smell or taste.
Kind of like an awesome DIY health.
No, it's not because since she can't. So like if you were to plug your nose and eat something, you can like barely taste it, but you can tell when something's really, really sweet, really, really salty or like spicy.
Yeah.
So like then she's always reaching for like junk foods because that's the only time she can like feel something. from
Yeah,
the food.
whoa, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, we have the least amount of words like in the language to describe smell. Like there's only so many words you can use to describe smells, whereas you can like describe sight in like a million ways.
Whoa, I've never thought about that. That was profound.
Yeah,
that was profound. Why am I AI today?
It was borrowed.
Brooke, that was so profound. What's going on?
Yeah, what? I feel like I'm pressing a button and you're giving me an automated response.
I know this is what happens when I'm sober, I think.
I love it.
So I've lived in a few houses with Amari's family. Like we had the one that we had in like middle school, and then there was the one we had in high school. And then like right after we got out of high school, or as we like I didn't get out of high school, I dropped out, but like that time, you know, they moved into another house and it's been the same house since, you know, and they've been renting it. And the owner wants to put it up for sale and they like would buy it, but there's a lot wrong with it. So they can't. So they have to move. And this was my last time in the house. They moved January 1st.
Oh, that's
and I felt
hard.
like that Hannah Montana fucking scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've had moments like that. It is hard. I had one house that like I lived in 2 separate times. And it's so I literally drove by it when I was home this week because I was like, it's so emotional. But it's like
I'm so sad because it's also like Amir and Mia are little siblings. Like when I was growing up and like in middle school and stuff, they were like too young to really kick it, you know? And like even when we were in high school, it was like they were still like our little siblings, like obviously always looking out for them, always loving them. But it wasn't until they kind of turned 18 and like 19 in 2021, like so on and so forth, that they could like really kick it with us, you know, and like talk about grown shit and whatever. So I feel like this house like holds the most bonding and like memories.
Yeah, I mean, you're still gonna do that anywhere, but it's hard going home. Like, for example, I go home now to a house I never lived in,
Yeah.
and it makes me sad because I'm like, this isn't my house. Like, I don't feel at home there.
I know. I also have my own bedroom at this house, and it's a 5-bedroom house. And obviously, as parents, as they get older, you know,
you have no business having a 5-bedroom house except for 1 week a year. So
yeah,
it's like,
exactly. So it's like Amari has a room, I have a room, Mia has a room, Amir has a room. And like, I don't get a room anymore. And we're going to put bunk beds in the fucking room. And I'm so sad.
honestly, so fun though. Imagine you and Amari in your little bunk beds.
I know 4 of them actually.
We're gonna
Ashley and
we're
Bella
gonna be
too.
in bunk beds forever.
On our tour bus, we are going to be in bunk beds forever. Are you more of a top or a bottom girl?
I think I should have top. Although I don't know. I don't want your like Taco Bell stench
What
rising.
the fuck, Brooke? I'll eat it in the goddamn living room of the bus. I actually like the bottom.
Wait, should we let's talk logistics. I'm not even
Okay.
kidding.
Yeah, should we make up our tour rules right
yeah,
now?
let's make up our tour rules. Okay. Wait, do you think I feel like we can probably be on like opposite sides.
You
right?
being unfazed by that is why you're my best friend.
Maybe we can both be on like the same level but side by side.
That's kind of like, because then we can open the curtain and like peek.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the bottom. I don't like the top because the crawling. Like you have to kind of like crawl up there. Like it feels like ladder.
You
like
know,
you're-
when I was a baby or a kid, I was on the top bunk. Me and my sister had bunk beds, and there was no railing. So sometimes I would just roll off onto the ground in the middle of the night. My mom would have to pick me up and put me back
How
up.
old were you?
4, 5.
Like that's bone breaking.
Yeah.
That's a bone breaking status. That's a little crazy.
I never broke any bones.
Why
though,
wouldn't
except
she
for
put
one.
your sister on the top? Isn't she older?
Nobody knows. Anyway, yeah, I think consensus is we're side by side. So then we could like, if we wanted to just like randomly hold hands, we could.
That's really lit. I agree with that. You know, you can't shit on a tour bus.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but it
Great.
has to
Imagine
be,
how
like-
much we're gonna have to stop.
I think you just take that one final. I'm a morning shitter though, actually. So I just like
Your favorite thing to say is that you can hold your shit and it's not a real thing. You lie about it every time.
I can hold everything so well.
You cannot clench.
I'm a
And I proved you wrong. I have video evidence
What do you mean?
of you saying she literally said, I can hold my shit. I'm never gonna have a time where I just have to shit. And literally that same day she was leaking like
What are you talking about?
on tour this last time. It's in my blog.
I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't. No, I'm
I
not
think it's
saying
just
I
gonna be
never
like-
have to shit. I'm saying, well, it
No,
also
you said you can always hold it, and that's not the case. And it's definitely not the case for me. I've got like borderline IBS.
I'll be in pain, but like it's not going to come out. Obviously, there is a discrepancy of like watery shit and like solid
it's-
shit.
Yeah.
Like if it's solid shit, let's go. Let's go on a road trip to fucking Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
I'll
I
hold
agree
it.
with that.
But like, you know, occasionally you have some watery shit and it's not really like the journey as much, you know, and that's okay. Do you know that I do this really weird thing with Ty Collins? Like I'm a fast shitter. I'm a really talented fast shitter. Like if I go to a guy's house, like I'm not even worried. Like I'll just be like, oh, I have to pee. Like I can get it out.
I need to take my time. But it's like
Mhm.
it's a luxury. Like I want to sit on TikTok. Like I
Yeah.
want to chill.
I agree with that, but I'm saying like if I need to get it out and no one knows, like I can.
Oh, you can.
And I do this bit with Ty Collins where he starts a stopwatch and I go shit and we try to see how fast I can do it in. And do you know my record time is 1 minute and 8 seconds?
Wow, that's actually really
Bullshit.
good. That's really good.
And whenever I tell him like that I took a fast shit, like I text him. Like whenever I take a really fast shit, like I have to text him and let him know.
That's really nice.
No
Food-
sex on the bus, obviously.
Only food in the living room.
I like only food in the living room. I'm with that. No food in the bunks. Weird.
No friends.
Lila today was like, do I get on the bus? I love her at the shows, but I'm scared about the living environments.
I don't know. It's a whole different ball game now.
I know it's so
Although
different.
Lila was really good for my mental health on the last tour.
Yeah. She is just like, she lightens everything. She makes it feel way less like work and like, you know.
But it just like it's a bus. So it's almost like it's no matter who the person, the more people, the less convenient it is.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wonder if we're going to like all the people we go with too. Cause like I've had bus drivers that are awesome, bus drivers that are like clearly on crack, bus drivers, like, you know, on a
I
tour.
feel like you have to be on
managers.
crack to be a bus driver.
Right? I agree
Yeah.
with that. I do. How's the Bronco though for the road
Ugh,
trippies?
it was so good. And my grandparents were, my grandpa was so excited to see it.
really,
It was so cute.
that is really cute.
And they put a little dash cam in it. And like, they were just so excited.
They did. What does the
Mhm.
dash cam do?
It videotapes the road. So if you ever like get in an accident or something, no one can blame you for it because you have video evidence. Unless, of course, it's your fault, in which case I would just throw out the tapes.
But I mean, what? You have to put an SD card in it and like charge it?
Yeah, but it just fills the whole SD card and then it redoes it. So like if you were to get in an accident, then
Oh.
you can just immediately get it off.
You could probably make a really fun sex tape on that, like on the hood of your car.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was thinking like if I'm ever like really on a fun, like beautiful road trip, I could just include it in my vlog.
Oh, whoa. I see. That's a way better like thought process. I love
Yeah,
that.
I wasn't thinking sex tape right away because like who's behind the wheel?
I've been really
And why am I on the hood of the car?
I've been really wanting to release a sex tape lately.
You should do a pet cam version.
The other night I was in the hot tub and things got a little
Steamy.
steamy. And I forgot that there's a camera in the backyard.
TW steamy.
The way I didn't even process it, I'm just blocking it out. And then I remember we had a camera in the backyard, and I was like, wow, I could really do something with that footage. You know what I mean?
The thing is, I
But-
don't think anyone who's even looking at those cameras would blink twice at you getting railed in the hot tub, to be honest.
That's so true. It's really true. Do you want to know something that happened to me the other day?
Sure.
It's not sexual, don't worry. It's actually very nice. But it's not nice. So when I lived at Weed Lake in 2020 or whatever, I had 2 phones. I was in my 2 phones era. I had my personal phone and my work phone, right? And my work phone was this phone, and I had another phone. The day before we were supposed to move out, I put my phone on that piano over there, but it was downstairs by Hunter's room. And I just like walked upstairs, and like there were always people in and out of that house as well, though. And that was kind of like the problem with this. I walked upstairs, and like 8 hours later, I walked back downstairs to like get my phone, and it was gone. So then I had an entire like search party in the house for the next like 5 days for this phone, like find my iPhone. I tried everything you possibly can to find a phone. And like the house obviously was very big, and like that made it harder, but like I had everyone on the case. Like it was not in that house. And then I moved. So we had like every mover like on the lookout for it as well. Like everyone just like any corner. It was like honestly the perfect time to normally find a phone because there were so many people in the house
Yeah.
like looking for it and taking everything, whatever. I never found the phone. And it haunts me to this day.
Oh, like someone's out there with all your sex tapes?
So the other day, Amari and I are sitting on the couch, and he was like, why did you just call me? And I was like, I didn't call you. Like I'm sitting next to him, you know? And then he looks at it again. He's like, wait, this isn't Tana, like whatever. It said Tana Trap phone. And that was like my OG phone.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
he-
have that Tana trap phone and Tana real phone.
Yeah. And he got a call from my old phone.
Whoa.
And so I put like 9 hackers on the case to try to like clear it from their like
Oh
computers.
my
or
God. But
whatever.
you had a passcode on it though, right?
Yeah. I had this whole existential crisis that if someone ever found that phone and the stuff on that ever got leaked, I'm just putting it out there right now. I'm moving to Uganda.
Really? Is it that bad? Is it like
Yeah.
freaky stuff? Because I feel like
Yeah.
if it was just a sex tape, like you might be proud of it.
There's some I'm proud of, but there's this one that haunts me.
What's the one?
It was on a jet.
Okay.
So that's good. But it was like, do you know how in the bathroom of a jet, like the door is fully mirrored usually?
I mean, I don't
You
really
do,
spend that
you
much
do.
time on jets.
Think about, yeah, okay, just think about it.
Yes.
Like it's mirrored. So I made a sex tape like in that mirror,
Okay.
you know? But
Mile
like,
High Club. That's impressive.
no, but it was just like from the side. And I feel like,
Was it just like not a good video?
like my back like wasn't arched.
Oh,
and I just
no.
like I had just eaten like so much Taco Bell. Like I literally look like really scary. Like really fucking scary. And I
Just
can
say it's not you. Well, now you've really
it's
you
me.
really
It's
put it
just
out there.
so beyond me. My underwear were coral. I really didn't like them. I can
you
just
should have wiped it. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna go through
I
my
was like
phone
wiped
and get rid
what?
of anything. Oh.
You meant the phone. Yeah. So I just really like I'm not kidding.
I'm not
I
a
would
big
move away.
sex tape maker, to be honest.
I just get drunk and I'm like, this will be fun. And sometimes it is. I have some really fun ones with some funny people.
I
you
feel
know,
like I've
I'm just
only.
like-
I mean, I guess I've only been in like one relationship.
but I just don't even have to be in a relationship.
Oh,
I
I'm like,
used
in that
to.
case, I'm
I
gonna get on it.
used to. I really used to. Now I'm better. Like I've learned. Now I'm like not like that. But just when I was like young and dumb, I was really like that.
Oh my God. I just had a situation. This girl I know has the same name as another girl that was hooking up. They were hooking up with the same guy and they both had the same name. Okay. And he sent the wrong sex tape to the wrong girl.
That's actually fucking crazy. Imagine.
The
guy you're talking to?
How would you ever recover? Like, it's one thing to send somebody like the wrong text or like text the wrong person, which I've done definitely before, like talking shit about somebody to that person. But like sending a sex tape and like imagine a guy you're hooking up with sends you a sex tape and it's not you.
I'm slitting, cutting down the river, not even across the stream. Not kidding.
That is like, the way I would literally light his house on fire.
I remember the first time I ever did that in my entire life, like sent the wrong text to the wrong person. It was a friend of mine in high school and her name was Bridget Nichols. Hi, Bridget, if you're watching this. But I'm about to talk a lot of shit about you, so click out.
Thank God you gave us first and last name.
I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. We were really good friends in high school and she had a hot ass older brother, Jack Nichols. I don't know where he is now.
Jack Nicholson.
Right? And he was super hot. And so I'd always be at the house and like see him like pass through the halls and like we started flirting eventually. Duh. And I was like stoked on this one. Like he was out of my league, you know? And we start texting. And then she like goes to school and she's like livid that I'm like talking to her brother. But it like
I hated friends like that.
Who gives a fuck?
Someone's always hotter too because they're your friend's brother. So if your friend's not down with it, that's just selfish.
And it's not like he was like some virgin. Like he was a fucking whore, like football player, like piece of shit. Anyways, you know what I mean? And to me, it always just gives like, you want your brother. Like if this doesn't affect you, like who cares? You
I
know?
agree.
Like who cares at all? And so I wrote out this entire text to my best friend Monique, like about how Bridget wants to fuck her brother and she's a fucking freak. And like
she's a brother fucker.
Like how she wants her fucking brother and I'm gonna fuck her brother anyways because I don't give a fuck. Like I think she's fucking weird and being weird as fuck. And I sent it to her. I was at the bottom of my staircase in my townhome about to leave for school and I just sat there for like 10 minutes.
You should have put like her mom or someone on the case, like destroy that phone and I will give you $1 million.
It was too late. She responded immediately and she said, what? And then I said, are you ready for what I said? I told her.
I don't think I am.
I go, I don't remember which friend it was, but I was like, that's what Monica said about you. She just sent me this text. Like, and I tried to play it off.
You're going straight to prison.
Like I was sending her a text, but it was just so clear that it like was me. Like, you know, and she was like, you're a fucking lying dumbass. Like have fun with my brother. We never recovered. We were never friends again.
Honestly, really valid, Bridget. I get where you're coming from.
I never did it either.
I've had a couple friends like that who are definitely like brother fuckers.
You know what I mean?
Like even like just any kind of brother and sister relationship that's too close. I'm like, why?
I just like probably like 6 months ago was talking to a guy like that where I was like, your sister wants to fuck you. Like she had like all these nicknames for him and she'd like kiss him on the forehead.
Or when they like spend like so much time together and they like go on like weird dates.
Yes.
And
like the gifts he would buy her.
Maybe I'm being bad because it's like some people just do have healthy like relationships with their family and maybe we just don't.
No. I love my siblings. There's a difference. It's the same thing with the mommy complex. Like when you know. Like it's like, oh, you want to fuck them.
Yeah.
You know.
And I always hate the moms too, like moms or sisters that like moms especially that don't want their like will never approve of a girlfriend of their like sons, and it's like you want your son.
So you know how I said that I was dating that guy in the beginning of this year and whatever he wanted his mom and yeah. And on our first date, I've told this story on the podcast, but on our first date he was like, I like you so much because you look like my mom. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. It wasn't at all. He wanted his mom so bad. Anyways, he has a new girlfriend. I can't express this enough to you.
Does she look exactly like his mom?
Identical.
Oh,
like he posted a photo of her and I thought it was his mom.
Wait,
I thought it was his mom.
I do not fuck with that. See, that should have been a red flag. You ignored that red flag and it should have been major.
It was waving.
DraftKings Casino is bringing you only the best. Classics like blackjack, roulette, and slots, plus exclusive games you won't find anywhere else. I love playing DraftKings Casino because it makes me feel like I'm back home in Vegas hitting the poker table. Download the DraftKings Casino app now and use code CANCELLED. New players get an instant deposit match up to $100 in casino credits when you deposit $5 or more. That's code CANCELLED only on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and other restrictions apply. One per new customer. Must opt in and make a minimum $5 deposit within 7 days, 168 hours of registering a new account. Max. Match $100 in casino credits, which require one-time playthrough within 7 days, 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/new player offer 2024.
I look back on some guys that I've talked to and I'm like, how the fuck did you ignore that? Like I had one guy who had a ring light for our first FaceTime call. he used a ring light on FaceTime.
I'm holding my breath and I know who it is and I just hate him.
Same guy who sent me a B.O.B. song and said, this reminds me of you.
So many things. So many fucking things. Do you know that I have a friend's mom right now and I'm really close with her and we talk a lot and she just got married, right?
Mhm.
And she'd already been married to like my friend's dad for a while and they divorced for like a long time and recently got married to this guy and she's like, he's the love of my life. Like they met each other, like, I don't remember how they met, but it was like really cute. And like, she's super happy and like blended the families, like everything. And they finally get married. They have speeches at their wedding. They're sobbing about how much they love each other, like whole nine. She quits her job because she's like, perfectly, I'm settled down now. Like he's the breadwinner. Like this is okay. Like I'm excited for this life, like whatever, you know? He's had a girlfriend the entire time. He married her and he made a speech at their wedding about how much he loves her and how she, whatever. And has had a girlfriend the entire time. And now she has no job. She has to move out of their house.
Film before.
But imagine at like 45.
Absolutely not. After you've already abandoned like every other like thing you had going for you. No. That is so fucking horrible. I can't believe that really happens to people. Like people who end up like finding out that their husband has like a whole separate family and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that like low-key kind of happened to me, but on like a really small scale.
Yeah. And I just think it's different when you're younger.
Yeah, it's so different, especially like having kids and stuff, like how traumatic that would be. I
Yeah.
also like, you know what I have been thinking about a lot recently is like, you know, you think of it like we've seen so many of our friends' parents get divorced and like that's like such a normal thing and stuff. But I am thinking about it now and I'm like, how traumatic a breakup is. Could you imagine like you were married and you have kids? Like, and I feel like no parent is ever like really torn up about it and stuff. I feel like if that happened to me, I would have to like send my kids away.
Yeah. I think parents like hide it really well for the sake
And
of
like,
their kids. But
God, I just have really never put thought into like how hard that must be until recently.
yeah, it's horrible. It really is.
My grandparents have been together since they were 13 years old.
No way.
And they have literally like,
You think they've ever had sex with any other people? I know it's your grandparents, but I just
No,
wanna
yes,
know.
I know because my grandpa was in the army and they broke up for like a year while he was in the army.
Mhm.
And like he was in the army.
They'd be fucking in the army, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'd have so much sex. I'd be so bored.
But she didn't. She told me. They're so cute.
That's actually insane. That's so cute.
My dad has a new girlfriend. She's literally the same as my mom. It's like the weirdest thing. Also, I'm 27 years old. My dad has never had a girlfriend in my entire life, except for now. And it's so strange.
She's how old?
I don't know how old she is.
Wait, what did you just say?
She just acts exactly like my mom. She has like the same like weird tendencies my mom has. You know how my mom will show up somewhere with 9 Bluetooth speakers. And you're like, why do you have all of these? And you just don't understand why. Same thing. His new girlfriend will show up with like 3 remote control cars. And I'm like, why'd you bring these? Like, it's just like really strange, like similarities between the two that I'm like, God, sometimes you just never get away from your first love.
People have a type, and
know.
it's scary.
What's yours?
Horrible, terrible, demented people. But I've
Yeah,
done
but
everything
you've
to get away.
outgrown
I've done everything to get away from it. I think I'm in like the healthiest, happiest place of my life.
You
I
know
said I
what?
love you yesterday. I know.
Oh my God, I love that.
Terrifying.
Oh
So
God, I want to be
terrifying.
in love.
But then I cried. It's like, how traumatized are you that like you tell someone you love them and you just
Well,
start crying?
that's scary.
I know. It's so scary.
How long you guys been together?
Not long enough to probably say that. but
No,
love
I
him
don't.
so
I don't
much.
believe in that. I think like you can love somebody in like literally 30 minutes.
I love him more than I've loved people that I've been with for a very long time. You know?
I've also like genuinely like been in love with people that I fucking hate.
Yeah.
Truly, like my last relationship, I literally hated him.
And then it's like you look back and it's
But I
like,
loved
was I
him.
in love or was that a trauma bond? Like
It was definitely a trauma bond.
yeah.
But I don't know.
That's the thing. I'm like, I feel like I'm experiencing actual like real love and being nurtured for like the first time in a long time.
I'm
It's
happy
really
for
nice.
you. Ugh, I want that really bad. That's my
It's
goal
so
of the new
scary,
year.
though.
Since you asked, my goal in the new year is a healthy relationship, a safe relationship where I
Same.
am the only one seeing him at the same time.
Yeah. That's a good goal.
And that's important to say because my last like 3, honestly,
Yeah.
have been polyamorous relationships I didn't know about.
Which is actually kind of crazy. I think it's gonna come for you. I think that when like everything else falls in line and like you stop kind of looking, like you're gonna be distracted and on tour and not looking. And I think, or maybe it's the person you're with now. Like I don't,
I have high hopes for that.
which I do love. I love him for you.
Do.
My only goals for the new year really are to stop vaping.
Start now.
The problem is, that's the problem. The problem is I'm going to miss it so much. I really love vaping.
I tried vaping last night.
Really? How was it?
I'm like, my goal in the new year is to start. No, it was fine. I just wanted to try it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just really love it, but I know I need to stop and to start saying no to like more things and everything. I'm already having people just ask me to like do so much work on like the second. And I'm like, wait, but I want to be in Hawaii and I want
Yeah.
to just focus on tour and focus on myself and my well-being. And
Yeah, I think we're going to have a good, like, hardworking year, hopefully. I've been getting lazy toward the end of the year. Like, I haven't posted a YouTube video in a month. And
but I
just
think
feel
that
like really
senioritis kind of
uninspired.
happens too.
It is.
Like, and the holidays do take up a lot of different type of energy.
Well, I just feel like nothing I'm making is, like, worth even posting. So I'm just like,
That's not
God.
true. Don't let it. Don't
No,
let
it,
that,
like, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know. It's not like I have, like, any sort of deadline, but I just, like, haven't wanted to do anything. And I
Yeah.
want to be, like, really good in the new year.
I think that
And our tour.
I actually agree with that. I'm gonna get all my late vlogs out in the beginning of the new year.
I
so
love
can
that when
start
you'll
fresh.
post, like, a Valentine's Day vlog in December.
I'm posting from Turks soon. That was 6 months ago. Do you know that on December 24th, that's my half birthday? Ryan told me this the other day, unwarranted. He was just like, do you know that on December 24th, you'll be officially closer to 30 than you are to 20? Like, because it's your half birthday.
Why would he say that?
I don't know. I cried.
I know. I'm like, I have a weird thing where I always like say the next year. So I keep telling people I'm 28 and I'm not.
That's actually kind of smart. So then you're like a little satisfied with like not being 28.
Yeah, but I'm 20. I don't know. Well, I am 20. If you know the thing like where they say like when you're born, you don't start at 1.
Yeah, you start at 0.
Yeah, you start at 0. So really, I'm in my 28th year right now because my first birthday was 1, and I was already a whole year old at that time. So when I turned 27, I had full 27 years behind me, and I'm in my 28th year.
Don't like it. Nope. Hate it. Don't like it at all. Don't
So
like it at all.
you're what you just turned
25.
25. So you're living right now your 26th year. And when you turn 27 or wait,
26.
26, you'll be starting your 27th year.
I really appreciate what you've said, but I will never be thinking about it again. Thank you.
You're welcome, everybody.
Want a New Year's resolution that won't have you tangled in an elliptical or eating the world's most depressing salads? Here's one. Smelling better naked. Lumi is a game-changing whole-body deodorant designed by an OBGYN to work not only on pits, but also feet, privates, and everywhere else we get odor. No matter where you use it, Lumi is clinically proven to block odor all day long thanks to its one-of-a-kind pH-optimized formula. And they've got over 275,000 five-star reviews to show for it. Make sure to switch to Lumi, and this year will be all about head-to-toe confidence. No salads required. Special offer. New customers get $5 off Lumi starter pack with our exclusive code and link. Use code canceled at lumideodorant.com. LUMEDEODORANT.com. I love Lumi because it keeps me smelling fresh and confident all day long. Whole body deodorant. Lumi is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, underboobs, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, vulvas, and feet. Created by an OBGYN who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. Clinically proven to block odor all day long and control odor for up to 72 hours. How? Unlike some deodorants that try to mask odor with a fragrance, Lumi is formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. More like a pre-odorant. Baking soda free and paraben free. pH balance for safe use below the belt. Clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after a shower, the average person has an odor level of 6 out of 10. With Lumi, the average odor level is a 0 out of 10. Lumi starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off the Lumi starter pack with code canceled at lumideodorant.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack when you visit lumideodorant.com and use code canceled. Thank you, Lumi, for sponsoring today's podcast.
What are your thoughts on the Simone Biles situation?
I don't know a lot about it. I'm not gonna lie. She's an icon. She's a legend. And he's just Ken. Like it's just some guy, right?
She has 30 Olympic medals. Olympic medals? 30, yeah.
I just
She is
almost fell down going up the stairs.
Simone Biles is the most decorated gymnast in the world, okay? Her husband, obviously, did you see the clips?
Mm-mm.
He goes on an interview. He's on a podcast like you and I. And the interviewer asks him,
But
like,
straight men just shouldn't do that.
yeah, just ever.
Unless you're like Dave Portnoy.
It never ends well. They say, like, how did you land Simone Biles? And he he's like, how did she land me? Like, I wasn't even after her. I didn't know who she was when we met. I was like, who is this girl? Like, I noticed she had a lot of followers. And then we would go out and like people would like stop on the street and look at her. And he was like, I just didn't understand. I haven't followed gymnastics. I knew nothing about her. Basically saying like she was so unimportant. And he was like, yeah, she chased me. Like she was trying so hard, like all this stuff.
And they're still together?
The nerve. Yeah, they're
I'm
still
dumping
together.
you.
And she like defended him. And I'm like,
No, she didn't. What'd she say?
she was like, call me his wife or something. And she was like, are you guys done yet or something? Because obviously everybody's like trolling him so hard. And I get that. You know what? I've been a victim as well of just an absolute fucking loser manipulating me into thinking that he's
Way better
on
than
my
he is.
side. But what a disappointing thing. Like she is.
That's just crazy. Like, is it her husband?
Yeah. And it's like, even if you didn't know at the time, you know now. So you had the opportunity to sit there and like hype up your fucking
Wife.
literally superstar legend wife. And instead you used it as an opportunity to make yourself look like a fucking idiot.
And it really just is like all men. Like men just say dumb shit. I think that's just the whole species. But like, that's so sad and pathetic. And he should probably like, anything I would say would just get me in trouble. I have to stop speaking in hyperbole. I was about to say that he should just like,
because you kept saying you were going to kill yourself and everyone's like, stop. Can I tell you what makes me literally so infuriated? I want to fucking chop my own hair off.
I love that you said that after we talked about speaking in hyperbole. Yes.
I hate all the stupid fucking idiot moms who make their kids adhere to their aesthetic. Okay. And what I mean by that is wrapping their kids' gifts in all moody, neutral wrapping paper, making sure that they don't have any colored toys in the house because it disrupts the
that's horrible
vibe of the living room. It makes me literally fucking sick to my stomach when I see a kid who's not allowed to wear like My Little Pony on their shirt because it's like, it's not like, what are you doing?
I couldn't agree more.
It makes me so fucking upset. Like, imagine, could you imagine, like, think about how exciting color was to you as a kid, like how fun it was to walk into a classroom and like everything's so bright and colorful and stuff. Could you imagine like how you would feel as a child walking around and everything
And you just have like a nude velvet ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is horrible, terrible.
And all because your mom wants to fucking post you on her Instagram story.
I thought you were going to talk about almond moms like making their kid like eat
I also
shit.
fucking hate almond moms.
So much. More than anything. Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Same
I think
vibe.
kids should just have fun. I'm still like that. Like I love Peppa fucking Pig.
It just makes me so sad. Like, God, like for what? No one even gives a fuck to see your kids on Instagram. I don't care.
Yeah, like let them have fun. Let them wear Paw Patrol. Be there on the double, bitch.
No, you don't even have to post them. In fact, you shouldn't.
Yeah. So real. Beyond real. You ate with that.
Unless it's Malibu Barbie. I want to see her all day, every day. Seriously.
Yeah, not kidding. No notes on that though. You're very right. See, fuck.
No Notes is so funny.
I love No Notes right now.
Who started No Notes? I saw it. Wait, I think actually maybe you told me that.
I just started saying it, but I guarantee you I heard it somewhere else.
Hannah Berner.
Oh, that's very Hannah Berner coded.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Me too, so much.
I saw her podcasting today about she got a confession that a girl called in and said it was her dream to be gangbanged.
You called. You called Hannah.
Called Kidding. I don't need to do that anymore.
Need?
I can't even like say shit right if my life fucking depended on it. I don't want to do that and never have.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever been really in my cards.
I just did anal for the first time in a while the other day.
How was it? Tell me about it. Walk me through it.
It was so amazing. I don't know. It was magical.
What, were you seeing stars?
Not kidding.
That's
like,
so nice.
This is like,
yeah,
this
I still haven't really dabbled in that. And I told you guys you would be the first to know when I do, but I actually don't think that that's true.
You just have to be like a little loose with it. You know, like take a gabapentin.
I'll take 3.
7.
I don't abuse drugs. Can we talk? Have you seen Heidi Montag's videos where she's calling the paparazzi and she's like walking everybody through it?
No.
It's so amazing. You have to see it. She's been making these TikToks and she's like, okay, you guys, I'm going shopping. I called the paparazzi. He's going to meet me here at this time. And she goes like, here's one bag. This one has a bag in it. This one's just empty. And she's like so transparent about it, about how she just calls the pops. And like one of the times, like there was a mix up. So like she had to call a different one. And then like the time
makes me so mad that like every celebrity and influencer and shit pretend like they don't call the paparazzi. I don't know what it is that makes me so mad because it's like I'm being left out in the dust because I've just been honest about it in the beginning. And then like I'll see
That sucks
celebrities
when you step forward to be honest about something and nobody steps forward with you.
at all. And it's like, I'm friends with all these paparazzis and they tell me like,
So and so is calling.
everyone is calling. Julia Fox actually just wrote in her book about Bobby the Pop and like meeting up with him and how he like makes her
Bobby
feel
Pop
so like makes her feel so like seen, you know?
He is the
And-
best. He did me such a service at Stagecoach. I'll never forget.
What did
it.
he do?
I was at Stagecoach with a brand and I was wearing the brand, obviously, because I had deliverables. I had to post a photo in the brand, but that was my only requirement. So once I had taken my photo, I took the outfit off and I changed into my normal outfit. But I didn't realize after that they had hired Bobby to come do photos of us like for the brand. And I wasn't wearing the outfit anymore. I had thrown it away because I didn't want to carry it around all day. So
Yeah.
it was gone. So he literally took photos of Olivia Kaiser and like submitted them as me.
That's actually crazy. And
He's
so
like,
awesome.
Brooke, come over here. It was Olivia. I took photos and it was like it was like played off as his mistake.
He's actually such a real one for that. Do you keep up with his Instagram stories?
Yeah, he's out here like really exposing people sometimes.
He's my favorite paparazzi because he's been so wronged by like major like A-list as they get. And they'll call him and then the celebrity will like wrong him and he'll come on and be like, this fucking Nepo baby just called me the other day to meet her outside of her house. And then she fucking called another paparazzi and used his photos. Like he'll just go in.
That's so
on
crazy.
people.
I love people who are like that, who are just not even afraid of losing opportunities.
Yeah, it's lit. It is so lit. He knows he'll always like get to.
Sometimes
fine.
it's just necessary though. Like I've seen so many videos of like Haley, Kendall, all of them. Like if you have the outfit, you need a photo of it. I understand. Like get out of your car, take a few steps and get back in.
Yeah, I 100% understand. I just wish anyone else would come forward because it's starting to get real embarrassing.
Well,
for
it's
me.
obvious. I get mad though sometimes because like now that people learned that celebrities can call the paparazzi, they've like run with it too far where they're like, they just can't even imagine someone going outside and actually getting.
I would say 85% of celebrity paparazzi shots are staged. And then the 15 is them
You
leaving
think
a
so?
popular
Like-
restaurant or club.
Yeah, or like community goods.
Yeah.
Who was your least favorite person this year? Like consecutively, like who is consistently like the most upsetting person?
In our friend group or like,
No, just in general.
I feel like 4 months ago I would have said Bryce Hall, but I'm okay now.
Okay, but you have to understand it's 2023 as a whole. Like who is the biggest disappointment in 2023?
Maybe me.
Oh.
I
That got dark.
don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to really think. Maud's son, I guess, really upset me a lot
that
this
was
year.
A bummer.
Such a wild bummer. What about you?
I feel like I just kind of loved everyone this year. It's such a positive year.
Who?
I really did have such a good year though, compared to like, oh God, the end of last year when I was little suey.
Yeah, I guess that's true. This year for me wasn't upsetting, but I do feel like in my entire 25 years of life, I learned the most this year.
Yeah, it was a very transformative year for me, especially. I mean, this is the most that's ever happened in the year in my life.
Yeah, this year was the first time I tried like 75 hard. This year was the first time I like just noticed a lot of different being sober for 75 days.
It gets me every time.
I learned a lot about myself in toxic relationships and what I want and don't want in the future, and actually kind of sticking to that in a lot of ways. I feel like this was the first year I had like existential crises about like LA and my job and life, and remembering that this was the first year in 10 years where I felt like I learned that there's more to life than this bubble in LA, and there's more to
I think
life
it's the
than
age you're at for sure.
social
'Cause
media.
yeah.
I feel like even around me, I realized who was going to grow up and grow with me, and people that I would potentially have to leave behind.
Mhm.
And that's a big thing that comes with like age. And I was really excited to learn that. Learned a lot about like spending and making money and what I want to do in the future. Just a lot of different things. What I want to do with my job. This was the year of the canceled podcast.
I know. I was
feel
just gonna say, I'm so happy we got canceled back. First of all, because we didn't even know at the start of the year. We had no idea if it was even coming back.
Which is actually really crazy. And it's the other day I like went to the mall, or I went somewhere, I don't remember what it was. And I met like 30 people back to back that just said, I love the podcast. And I was like, I don't know if even when I did like MTV, I'd get a lot of people that were like, I love the MTV show, or like a lot of people that are like, I love you're this. But I've never felt like it's so apparent how much people love this one thing I'm doing.
Yeah, I could tell because like this was the first time I've ever gone home and really experienced it. Especially like I went out with all my like girlfriends last night, And it was like same thing, just so many people. And like they were like, wait, what the fuck? Like
It's wild. And I feel like even in this last month, I learned like that next year I really do just want to put my foot into this podcast.
me too.
And,
yeah.
like,
Should we make that a goal of 2024?
It's a huge goal. Like I want to
Are
put
you listening, Spotify?
I want to tour. I want to make the shows the best shows possible. I want to have the best guests. I want to have the best episodes. This will be the last unplanned one. I promise I'll come back with heater
I know.
topics.
I think we should. Major resolution of mine is to actually come into every. And I know that this is what I should be doing already, but just give me a break, okay?
Segments.
Coming into every single episode with an actual like concrete list of things that I want to talk about. Because sometimes you and I just wing it, and like it's not always horrible. But
I usually do just as things happen, like write them down. But
yeah,
I swear to
you're really good about
God,
it. That's
I
why they give you the big books.
like all I have written is Christmas. Like nothing has just happened. Like I really just have nothing to like fucking say. But even that, like I want to have segments to fall back on. I would love to see like what the people want to have as like a segment. Like, is it an advice segment? Is it like
I love like those episodes, like or the podcasts where people will write in and like ask advice and stuff. Although I don't know if anybody wants. I mean, no one wants my advice.
maybe they want our bad advice? Who knows? I love when Theo Von does that. Like has the voicemails of the people who call in, and they all sound like him weirdly.
He's so funny.
I think we should start doing that. I don't know. Yeah. I've realized just what I want to do with my life and how I want to be and feel and act and
Yay.
slay. So that's
We are
good.
going in to 2024 with a healthy relationship, a very
good.
successful podcast.
Great friends.
You're half sober.
Yeah.
You're slaying.
Might face a blunt and take a Xanax after this, but
And maybe we'll ring in the new year in Hawaii.
I think that we really should. I think I decided I want to go to Hawaii because like everywhere else is so like bottle service, tables, ratchetry, like it's like the party of it all.
I've been so good. That's one thing I did this year like really well is not going to any parties, any clubs. Like honestly, like pretty
Yeah.
much this whole year I was I drank, but
Just came correct
always
about
with
what you're attending.
nothing but good company. I haven't like surrounded myself with anybody I don't want to be around really this year, and that was something I was proud of, and I definitely want to carry into 2024.
I agree with that. And like I feel like in the beginning of the year I was good, then I was a little rocky, and now I know. We had every conversation we've had on this podcast this year was really how I felt about what I was going through, and I meant everything I said, and
Mm-hmm.
I've just learned a lot of lessons, and it's good.
I learned a lot about what I will not accept in a man because I had like each one was like good for one major horrible quality.
That's so valid. I feel like I learned a lot about that this year as well. Like what I don't want in someone, to finally get to a place of like knowing what I do want in someone, which is good.
I had my first experience where a guy like was straight up honest with his intentions recently. We were talking about like what you go into dating thinking about and stuff, and he was like, I don't go into any date go into dating somebody thinking it's going to end in a relationship. And as stupid as that sounds, I was like, you know what? I respect you saying that because everybody else pretends they do want a relationship and they don't.
Yeah.
Or at least
Who was this?
in my recent experiences. Mr. 6'10".
Wow. I respect honesty 10 times more. If you tell me straight up, like I want to have you and 5 other girlfriends or whatever the fuck, like I just,
And like I get to decide at that point if that's something I'm interested in. And sometimes you never know. Maybe I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Like I just want to have fun. That's not the state I'm in right now. But like I love somebody giving me the option.
Yeah. And not just lying to your fucking face. I feel like you really had a lot of love life turmoil this year in the regard that I think that next year you're going to take all of that.
I have, but I was like, I didn't have any like major, like I didn't take any major losses. Like I wasn't really upset about
Like
any guy
heartbroken.
this year. Yeah. I
guess I should say
wasn't-
learning lessons, not like
I wasn't
turmoil.
heartbroken over anybody this whole year. And that was like really a slay because last year I was like,
gonna die.
sick.
Yeah. Understandable completely.
Who's your favorite fuck of the obviously Makoa?
Yeah. Not kidding. I never thought I'd find it again.
Yeah. And then you just, God. Who was your favorite friend of the year?
My favorite friend of the year. You and Hunter.
You don't have to lie. You
I'm
don't have
not
to say
lying.
me.
You, Hunter. I guess Amari just reigns true every year for me.
Yeah.
Amari will always be my
Amari's
favorite.
like more of a century thing.
Contrary to popular belief, I really loved Ashley Schwann this year, but she's also kind of forever. Ashley, Isabella, and Amari, I do just love.
Honestly, I had such a moment with Ashley and Isabella. We were really slaying the Christmas party.
Oh, yeah, you went to the Christmas
Me
party.
and Isabella went to war for you.
Yeah, I heard about this. So you guys went to a very rich guy's Christmas party. And I got there, but I got there really late. I kind of got there as it was ending. Like I had just gotten off a flight. I went home, got ready decently quick, looked like ass, showed up. Everyone was there.
It was a really fun party, but I had just gone to this guy's house like only a couple weeks before, and I'd met this stupid idiot fucking loser.
What does
Irish
he do?
Guy. He is coach.
Really?
Yes.
Who? I want to know who this is so bad.
I can show you a photo. I screenshotted his Instagram because I can't imagine somebody more hideous. I'm talking to him. He's like asking, he was like really nice at first. I'm talking to him saying like, yeah, I mean, I have a podcast with like Tana and Mongeau, because he was saying like, I do know. And he was like, yeah, I teach. I was like, oh, I have a podcast with Tana. And then he just immediately starts just fucking like talking so horribly about you. Like
the way I look.
it's
Or, like,
not
who I
important.
am?
It's not important what he was
I
saying.
want to know. I guess all if you're not.
Just
if
well,
you're-
just like it's just I would never repeat. Like it just there's no need. But like I literally my jaw was on the ground because I'm like, I just fucking told you that like we have a podcast together. She's like literally my best friend. Like why the fuck? Like why would you feel comfortable telling me that? And so I literally was just so disgusted by it. And I didn't say anything in the moment, but I went afterward to everybody who I knew him. Like one of my friends knew him, and I was like, first of all, fire that man. He's a loser. And I just thought I would never see him again. But then I saw him at the Christmas party, and I told Isabella the tea, and we just went fucking crazy on him.
to his face.
Yeah, because he came up trying to say hi to me, and I was like, why the fuck are you talking to me? Like you're weird and you're so horrible.
What a loser freak. I appreciate you and Isabella, first of all. I ride for you both absolutely.
Well,
the
Isabella
same.
was like really talking some logic into him. She was literally like, so what about like your life made you so miserable to like feel like you have to say those things about people? We were like,
Go
"It was just
off,
funny."
Isabella. She never even told me this. Those are like some real friends. Like I just found out about this like today. And I'm like, this
Well, I
happened
just
like
don't
weeks
like
ago.
it because he's like directly affiliated with people that we know. So that like pisses me off. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, why are we having this guy?
I don't
around?
know.
Fire him.
So I'll have to like look into it. But I've always just found it like so wild, especially lately. Lately, I don't know what it is, but I've been thinking about this like 10 times more than usual. It blows my mind to me that there are like hundreds of thousands of people out there who do not know me, who know 15% of me that I choose to say online, that viscerally hate me. And like, I don't know, like can like pick me apart when like I don't know you and you don't know me.
I know it's so hard though, because we also benefit from that in the same way. Like like everything we do is based on like people loving us in that same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't know us either.
Yeah, I know. It is so weird to me. And that's the thing. It's always like balancing that dichotomy is like it's awesome and beautiful,
Can I
but
tell
it's
you
also
something?
horrible. What?
I went through all of 2023 not knowing what dichotomy means. She said it so many times.
It's like a
I just
two
have to
different
get that off
things.
my chest.
Balance. But you know, whatever. Anyways. Like someone the other day, one of Makoa's like friends sent him a clip of me and Jeff. I don't know where it was, but just like essentially like insinuating like, yo, you okay with this, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
None of your fucking business.
And it's like Makoa obviously knows that Jeff is like a brother to me, but it's like so crazy. Like, and that's not wrong on his friend because his friend is seeing something or
Yeah,
has a
you're
parasocial relationship with who I am online and knows Makoa and is just trying to look out for him and so on and so forth. But it's like just so wild that like if Makoa was dating like a normal girl,
That
his
wouldn't happen.
people wouldn't be like weighing in on the things I do. A, like Makoa doesn't know about it. B, like, you know what I mean? Like so on and so forth. It's just, it was like blowing my mind that I was like,
It's crazy. There's just like so much information available about you.
yeah.
Like it's like nobody else is like that.
Literally, I just saw a TikTok about like my birth dad. It was like people talking about him. And I was like, first of all, that's just crazy. Like born in 1953.
He
Like,
was?
Yeah. My birth rates are really old.
Wow.
The top comment was like, he used to work for my parents. He would take a flip phone everywhere and like like a physical map and like all this shit about like my dad. And I was like, that's so fucking crazy. Like the world that we live in. And it was like the top comment with like 100,000 likes. And I was like, that's so
Well,
crazy.
I think about that. Like my mom and my sister work at the same place, and like so many people who work with them are like fans of Canceled. And I think constantly about how like they are like inside they have like all the insider info on my family that I don't even know.
Yeah. Like so it like fucks with my head. I don't know. It weirds me out. What was your favorite cancellation of the year?
I'm gonna go with Matt Rife.
I'm gonna go with a tie between Colleen Ballinger and Matt Rife. No, I'm gonna go with Matt Rife.
I just, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Favorite.
like such a revenge fantasy of mine, like that I didn't even know I had. You like imagine that, like, obviously you don't want somebody to be successful after they do you wrong, but like you just don't imagine that it's gonna go that badly.
I saw a girl like songwriting on TikTok about you and Matt Rife, and I found it really funny.
Yeah.
I also saw
Don't
a
worry,
girl.
you guys, I'm not heartbroken, I promise.
I also saw a girl singing Hefner like Phoebe Bridges, like "fuck on you," like, and it was crazy. I was like, "This is funny."
Did you say Bridges?
Did I say Bridges? I meant Bridgers.
Okay, that's good.
Favorite scandal of ours or mine this year? Because I know you didn't really have it.
What kind of scandals were you
Can
in
I
this year?
objectively just say the wine lady?
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to say it because I think that a lot of people thought that was actually really wrong, and it was.
Yeah, I mean, the media took, and you obviously experienced this with Matt Rife, but took a very, very much of a hyperbole sentence that
Yeah, like
I said for my viewers. But then again, we talked about this in the last episode. I get into so much
It
trouble.
is crazy because you just expect that only the people who listen to the canceled podcast actively are going to see things, and that's just not the truth.
Yeah, and then when shit's on like NBC and taken out of context, it like makes you look like a fucking piece of shit. And not
Oh
that
my
I'm not a
God.
piece of shit, I guess, but like obviously I don't want anyone to unalive. But I think that it was just funny. Like it just like
It was just like how
like how did this blow up this much out of proportion? That it was like
and like
and it
her
definitely
doing
wasn't funny in
interviews
the moment, but
at all.
it became funny, you know. Favorite celebrity of the year.
Do you have one?
Right now, my brain is screaming to say Northwest.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lock in my final answer on Northwest.
I really fuck with Jacob Elordi right now. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yeah,
he's
that's
not like
true.
really like. Oh my god, the guy who played what's his name? Barry in Saltburn. Barry.
I don't know the names.
He's like the main guy in Saltburn. You watched it, right?
Yeah, I accidentally hit the wax pen like 30
He's
times though.
so fucking amazing. God.
Accidentally as fuck.
Who's your least favorite celebrity of the year?
Matt Rife.
He's not a celebrity. He's an influencer.
Who was your favorite canceled guest of the year?
Ooh,
Trisha.
I love, of course, Trisha, but everyone expects me to say Trisha, so I think we should omit Trisha.
Trevor Wallace.
Trevor Slade.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor's birthday is day after tomorrow. Let's go.
Who is your? We really should go to his birthday party and do some funny ass shit.
I think so too.
But also, just I might be out of here. Can't stay in LA very long.
And I might come.
Imagine for New Year's we're on mushrooms, we're underwater,
I do really want to come.
we're like in the bed of a pickup truck, like
I just
watching
feel
the sunset.
so guilty. But like Murphy doesn't even care. Like when I get back, she's not even happy to see me. So it's like, but I do feel bad.
could
I
be
just
happy
feel like
to
I
see
have
you.
a responsibility.
She could be happy to
Uh-huh.
see you. Maybe she just doesn't show
I'm
that
about to leave on
correctly.
tour for 4 months.
You guys, this episode, we're doing our best. I'm serious, but we're just really happy girls. We spent the holiday with our families. Like we're both in pretty happy things with boys. Like the pop culture has been boring. Gypsy Rose is getting released from jail. That's all we really have. And today we have a special guest off camera who's actually here off camera a lot. And he goes by the name Steven. Can we get a microphone for Steven? Will you come in the middle of us? Steven and I have a lot in common right now because we're both receiving death threats.
Yep.
On multiple platforms.
I always receive death threats.
Yeah, I
Not
guess that's
fun.
true. We probably all always do. But
Do you guys think we look alike? Sound off in the comments. I think we look so much alike.
Really?
You don't think so?
I mean, I can see that by like the hair, like the features, like
And
the
we're
colors.
the same color.
Yeah. I'm very red.
Me
and
too.
I'm noticing I have huge ears, so that's great.
How are you?
I'm doing so good right now.
so Steven and I met. I love that. Steven and I met a long time ago through a dear friend, Jeff Woodick. And whenever someone gets fired or quits the Jeff Woodick company, I bring them over here.
You're a poacher.
I'm a poacher. And Steven was here today. Him and Aaron are cousins, actually. So they're always together, and Steven comes by for the canceled podcast. What did you think of this today's episode?
Honestly, loved it. I thought I wasn't gonna be like y'all's. What's that word? The derogatory? Not derogatory.
Demographic.
Not derogatory. I'm sorry, guys. I really thought I wasn't gonna be in y'all's demographic. Like
You've never tuned
But-
in?
a few times. Yeah, I've watched some of the clips as well.
Aw, me when I
like,
lie.
it's a girl show. You know what I mean? And, like,
You think
But
this
honestly,
is
I
just a
was-
girl show?
no. I mean, it could be a guy show too. I just
It's
thought, I don't-
it's completely for the girls and the gays.
yeah. So I was just like, I don't know, but I was like listening in over there, and I was like, I mean, it was making me laugh. Y'all had some good points. You were talking about how you would Sex in the City. I used to help my pillow do that when I was like 10 because it had sex in the title.
Oh my God.
Probably.
You should probably got that.
Wait, I really understand that because one time when I was like really young, I was in a hotel and it was on the TV and my mom was asleep in her bedroom and I put it on like thinking like it was going to be like something crazy and I was so scared for my mom to see I was watching Sex in the City.
Yeah.
But I was like, what's going on the show?
It was
I
on
get that.
DirecTV.
I was
I do-
And I had a
curious.
Spider-Man pillow that would anyways.
Yeah,
I just
like
thought I
intimate
wanted to say
relations.
that. It was
Is
just
that like a
cool-
real thing that happens like as a guy like in American Pie when you just start having sex with everything?
I think that's how it starts. Is you start humping objects, mainly pillows, I guess.
Really?
I'm
Okay.
assuming. I don't know. That's how I.
That was
God,
you
that was
you
my
dipping your
start.
toes in the water?
Yeah.
That's how you got your start.
Mhm.
Said.
It was a Spider-Man pillow. It was just
How
a
old were you
cord.
when you lost your virginity, Steven?
You don't
don't
have to share
remember.
that.
You don't remember?
Oh, 18 or
Really?
17.
I was 17 too.
I was 17. Really? Yeah,
Mhm.
17. I lost it to a prostitute.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she was 30. I was 17.
And did you
Wait,
pay her?
Wait, Steven,
No,
you're a
my
victim.
older brother did.
Wait, Steven, you're a victim. It's crazy.
17 and 30.
Victim, but I wanted it. Like I was like down for that.
No, you can't consent to that. You're 17.
Really?
Oh, I'm sorry you had to find
know
out
that.
this way.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a great experience for me. I thought it was sick. I like told all my friends. I was like, dude, I had sex with a 30-year-old.
Okay. Well,
How did it go? Or should I not?
It was at my brother's apartment, and he had his friend over. No, I'm not gonna tell that story. He put a big plastic sheet down over his bed, though.
a tarp?
Yeah, a tarp. And I had sex on
What
the
is a
tarp.
plastic sheet?
And I faked the orgasm. I faked it.
What do you mean?
We
you
do it
faked
every time. Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, like I did it in like inside, like a cream pie, essentially, right? But then it would happen within like
why did you look at me?
because I don't know, you brought up cream pies earlier, so it just reminded me of that. But I kept going after I finished because I didn't want to like disappoint, and it was like only a minute in, and I already like it was so overwhelming. It was
Oh,
insane.
I get how that could happen.
So overwhelming.
Have you ever, like, we were just, one of our friends just told us a story about how one time she was cuddling with a guy and he came. Has that ever happened to you?
No, but I get hard when a girl like hugs me if I really like them.
Okay.
Never hugging you again. Actually, you definitely don't get
No,
hard.
not like from like friends and stuff. I'm talking about if like I'm like really into a girl and like we've been talking.
I get how that could happen.
don't.
Well, you can have a conversation and like get hard.
I guess
so why
that's
would you not be
true.
able to get hard from a hug?
I guess that's true.
You don't.
Maybe
That's
not, okay, maybe not a hug, but if they're like sitting on my lap or something and like in an Uber and we
Yeah.
are like been talking, I'd be like, oh.
Have you ever had a masseuse? This is probably not like for a guy question, but like I got this massage one time in Vegas. All sentences start horribly like that. But like it was at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. So it was like a nice spa. You know what I mean? And the guy started the massage with like two hands. And at one point, like he brushed his body against my shoulder. And I think I'm just trauma dumping.
like he was.
And I
jacking
think he
off.
was hard. And then he
Ugh.
just started doing the rest of the massage with one hand.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And like I remember hearing like
rubbing. You
but
heard
like
rubbing.
not me. He wasn't rubbing me.
Oh wow.
I just
Yeah.
trauma dumped.
Yeah, you're a victim too,
It
dude.
wasn't hard and it was just really big.
You've gotten a happy ending massage, duh?
Why is that a duh?
It's Steven.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I went weekly at one point
You went
Really?
with
weekly
a
at-
friend. It was like a fucking.
That's like kind of a gay
Oh,
thing to do
yeah,
together.
okay,
Is that
folks.
rude to say? You know how like guys go to the strip club together and that's kind of like a
It's
little
not gay,
flirty.
I would say.
That's
it's like
you
a
guys all
bonding
go together
experience.
to get hard together. That's weird.
But we're in different rooms and it's a bonding experience. You can like share your experience afterwards and be like, wow, what a great time.
I'm
we
not gay
had.
shaming.
Yeah, I could see where like maybe it could look gay, but it's like I think it's
Special.
a special moment, yeah, with your friends.
Okay.
No, I don't do it anymore, but
Where was this?
in Woodland Hills.
What's it like? Like, walk us through a happy ending from a guy's perspective.
Do you get shy? Because I feel like I would get shy.
But you have to be confident so they don't like you have to like act like you've been there before so they're not like questioning it.
You're doing
You have
good.
to act like you've been there before so they're not like questioning you. I can't. Anyways, it doesn't matter. You walk in and it's like completely silent and it's very just like calming and like relaxing. Music's playing and your heart's pounding and you gotta be like 30 minutes, please. And then they just bring you into a room and then like what do they say? They give you a towel. That's what they do. And then they walk out and then you have to hurry up and get butt naked before they come back in.
Yeah.
I hate that when they knock and you're not ready yet. And I'm like,
Yeah.
God,
But
why should you
wow.
go back so
They don't
fast?
give you any time to like get undressed. So you have to rush, get undressed. I put the tip on the table Like, say,
Oh
like,
my God, I
chicken
thought you
soup.
meant the tip.
No,
Oh.
the money. And then, yeah, you just lay down and then put the towel over your butt, and then your heart's just pounding and you can feel it. And it's just
Wait, so how
relaxing
do they
music.
know that you want a happy ending? Or is that just like what they do there? That's what they offer.
That's what they do.
Oh.
There's a place called,
What if you go in there just
Don't say
thinking?
it.
What if you go in there just thinking you're gonna get a regular massage?
no, well, you go on rubmaps.com and it tells you all the ones that have them.
What?
What the fuck is rubmaps.com?
It's a map that shows you everyone that has them and ones that don't, and they have reviews. Like, guys will leave reviews of like really in detail reviews of like,
This is the most important information probably I've ever been told.
Tell me
Insane.
you left a review on there.
my friend had the account, not me, so I'm assuming he did, but
And you went, so anywhere you go, you could use Rub Maps.
absolutely, I did it in Utah. Like, imagine that, getting a happy ending in Utah. Scary.
Yeah, that sounds like
So then,
sacrilegious.
do they talk?
Yeah. No, it's pretty silent.
And then do you just like come awkwardly? Like, are you just like, mm.
You don't have to share.
Yeah, I'll just leave that detail out.
And then
Yeah.
they towel it off of you. That's true, huh?
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say it. I don't know if you can put this in if you want. I've already said this, I think, before on the other podcast, but
That one that you won't
The
say the
other
name
one?
of anymore.
but like what comes up must come down, right? And they don't really angle it properly when like it's you're like about to finish. So
Oh my
If
God,
you
what if
wanna,
you
like-
shoot yourself in the eye or something? Sorry.
Did you?
oh no, like twice, yeah. And then they have to wipe it off your face, and it's the most awkward. It's like I was like, oh, it's on your face and in your hair, and you don't want to like make it uncomfortable. You're already like awkward, so like you know how you get like
Yeah, you don't want to embarrass them either. So it's like almost like you'd have to pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, there's like post nut clarity, right? Like you kind of get like you're like, oh, okay, let me get out of here. But as it's happening, I don't know, it's just not the best feeling. So they usually just like wipe it off your face and they'll giggle. Or that's just me, and that's only happened to me. But you walk out so happy.
Yeah, well, it's a happy ending after all.
Yeah, just gotta go home and shower right after. And then
I
you're
have
good.
to go to rubmaps.com.
I swear it's a real thing.
That's insane. Not the Yelp for the tuggies.
There's so many more than you think. Like it's literally a map that shows like. where
I
you
might
live
have
in.
to check it out. But girls can't get happy endings.
It's
What are they
like
going to do?
the
Finger
Citizen
blast the
app.
shit out of you?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know?
What a bummer. I feel like that's
Could
something I
girl-
would
feel
want to
like
partake in.
girls could, yeah.
I had a friend who fucked her massage therapist. I always thought that was kind of cool.
We have one who does it all the time.
Well, yeah, but that's just a little different. Oh, Steven, thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
Honestly, you really
Thought we had
you
to-
really
I
added to
don't know if
this.
you leave any of that.
I'm
in,
leaving
but-
every single word you said, and I'm not actually kidding.
That was amazing.
All right,
I feel like
well.
now we have an episode
Yeah.
Not kidding.
at all.
right.
You
Sit
slayed.
back over here.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Canceled Podcast. I'm gonna actively try to get some stories for the next episode. I'm
Me
gonna
too. I'm gonna
go on Rub Maps.
come back with a boyfriend. Also, this episode was sponsored by Rub Maps.
I thought you had like a secret sponsorship you needed to get in. I love you, Brooke.
No, but I
I'm
love
happy.
Celsius.
We love Celsius. I want to deal next. I love you so much. I'm happy at everything that we did together this year and the things we accomplished. And I wouldn't want to ring in the new year doing this with anyone else. And I'm so excited for our tour.
I love you too. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys.
Bye, guys. Happy New Year. Next episode will be better. Seriously, I'm so sorry.